Clawbringer is proving to be one of the best multi-classing options in all of Wonderlands, especially when comboed with the Spore Warden, because both of these classes combined adds to an incredible debuffing ability from multiple different areas. What's going on, everybody? Byrdman here with another Wonderlands build. Today I'm going to be showing off my Wildfire Clawbringer Spore Warden debuff build. This is a really solid setup that I'm going to be having over on my Discord, so make sure you're checking that out. And make sure you follow me over on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch at Byrdman778. We're doing these builds every single day over on my Twitch channel, starting at noon Eastern Standard Time, so swing on by. Let's get some setups done and maybe do some Chaos Chambers together. Make sure you're giving a thumbs up on this video because it really does help me out. And follow me over on Twitter to get updates on the channel and to know whenever my code for G Fuel is 30% off. Now, let's hop right on into this spicy setup. So know for most of this setup, if you watched my last video covering my Elemental Clawbringer, we're going to be pretty much using the same exact weapons on there just because all these things just kind of synergize really well within general gunplay right now in Wonderlands. One of the biggest differences I will say for the setup is going to be the Goblin Pickaxe. We're going to have that on our back just so we're able to get that extra movement speed, spell cooldown, and action skill cooldown rate from just picking up gold throughout the different world. But when it comes to our different pieces of gear, I definitely would think that going to gun damage is going to be your best bet all around. Doing dark magic efficiency and ability damage is also really nice to go into. So just kind of having some stuff there to kind of just help chonk some extra damage. I'm also running a body room just because this is absolutely the best mobbing shield to have in the game right now, just because whenever you kill an enemy, you restore health while also getting bonus fire damage, which we're going to be getting from our Clawbringer tree. So this is definitely very beneficial. Now, probably the most important piece right now is this class mod, this Hunter's class mod, because it's that +3 into Wrath of Nature. Now, you'll notice that this has a Berserker passive on it. I definitely would like to find something that was a Clawbringer Spore Warden version of this, but this is just the best I could find for right now. But this is essentially going to get you everything you need for the setup, essentially those 3 extra points into Wrath of Nature for the debuffing of this build. But going on into our Amulet, we're going to be using a one with Clawbringer power. Again, we're kind of losing out on some Clawbringer power from our class mod, so we'll do it on this instead. But this really does help out with our companions as well, just because whenever we get a critical hit, our companions are going to be getting critical hits, and whenever they get critical hits, we're going to get extra damage for a little bit. So just really nice to have all around. And then finally, just a Buffmeister. You know, Buffmeister is just really great for gun builds, just extra juice and power, and kind of help us moving around everything. So it's just easily one of the best options to have. So looking at our skills, obviously we get the Mushroom and the Wyvern Companions. These are going to get bonuses from us, since whenever we get bonuses to our damage, it'll go to them as well. So it's just really nice to have 2 different companions that are able to kind of just run around and soften enemies for us. But looking at the Spore Warden tree, I'm not really going to do like point for point exactly. You can kind of just look at it yourself and get an idea. But Eagle Eye, Affinity, Bullseye, big perks to have on there just for some in general buffs to us. Spore Cloud and Medical Mushroom for our Spore Buddy, but also, I mean, especially Medical Mushroom, just because this will help have them come pick us up whenever we're down. You definitely want to go into Called Shot, just because aiming down sights, getting damage resistance and gun damage is really nice, stacks 10 times. So whenever you're possibly using maybe that liquid cooling against like a boss, that's when it really shines, because you'll hit that 10 stacks instantly and then have 50% extra gun damage. We really like that. You have the 3 perks into Wrath of Nature from our class mod. So obviously you don't really have to put any points into that, but if you do want to change some stuff from your Clawbringer tree and put it over there instead, that's 100% bonus at 6. But you just really don't need it. You would rather go into different things in your Clawbringer tree instead. Then obviously Headhunter for extra gun damage to critical hit areas. Looking at our companion side, obviously we're going to be doing that Storm Dragon's Judgment. This is really nice for action skill activate, action skill start, different effects like that, just because you can throw it and pull it right back, instantly reset it, and constantly get that effect going. Whenever it is hurtling through the air, it will do lightning melee and ability damage, which is really nice. Whenever it just lands and sits there, it's ability damage, and that's really going to help out with the debuffing of this build. We'll explain that more at the end once we get through all these different perks, but again, you can kind of get a good idea. I definitely go with 5 points into Radiance instead of Oath of Thunder, just because, again, you're not going to be mailing all that much with this setup. It's just not that necessary. It's better for you to just have some extra points into your shield. Definitely want to do Dragon Warrior for that elemental damage, since we're kind of going between 3 different things like Corrosive, Fire, and also Shock. I like to go into Firebolt and Storm Breath just to kind of help have my Wyvern just, again, soften up enemies. Blasphemous Favor is really important. We'll talk about that here in a second. And then definitely 3 points into Awe for that increased critical hit damage and chance. We're going to be always doing lightning damage and fire damage, so this will constantly be active. We really do like this. Now, I keep talking about debuffing with this build. It synergizes with Wrath of Nature. Whenever we do ability damage, enemies will become debuffed. Now, over here in the Clawbringer side, we have 3 different abilities that are able to do that. First off is going to be our Storm Dragon's Judgment. Whenever it has that dome, whenever it's sitting on something, it's doing that lightning damage. That's ability damage, so that's one way to activate it. 2, you only need to put 1 point into Rebuke, just because whenever enemies hit you, you'll be inflicted with lightning ability damage. Again, that's another one way to do it. So essentially kind of gives you a little bit of like, hey, enemies touch you, they're going to get debuffed from that. And then finally, Blasphemous Favor. So whenever we get a kill and we kill an enemy with a gun, it's going to shoot a firebolt out that will hit an enemy with ability damage. So that's a way to debuff. Or meleeing will do a lightning orb that will hit an enemy doing ability damage. Again, 3 different ways here to debuff. Absolutely insane. And we also have some incredible critical hit damage from the 2 different trees. This might be one of my strongest setups all around, just because, again, so many ways to debuff and just do insane critical hit damage. Again, looking over in our hero stats, we don't have a whole lot of power in a Clawbringer other than just our Amulet, so you're able to find like a legendary or a purple class mod with that +3 into, again, Wrath of Nature is the most important. I would definitely say do that, but at least know for now we have a pretty good balance between the powers between right here and here. And then going down to your hero points, honestly, I just always go spell cooldown and skill cooldown, and then just kind of even it out from there. Thanks so much for watching the video. Hope you guys really enjoy it. Do know I'll be having this over on my Discord in the save file section. So if you are on PC, you can just head on over there and snag it for yourself and download it. If you are on console, though, obviously know this is pretty easy to farm for as long as you go through the Chaos Chambers and focus into the SMGs, your class mods, and maybe just find some different rings and amulets that have decent powers on them that will kind of help boost up your different gun stats and ability as well. Definitely trying to do some stuff with all this debuffing that we're getting from Wrath of Nature with Spore Warden. Really wanted to do a melee build with it, so hopefully we can get that tested out and trying it a little bit during the week. But I've been having a lot of fun with all these new things that we're constantly finding in Wonderlands, whether it's something from our White Rider being like probably the best mobbing and bossing weapon, or the, again, debuffing from Wrath of Nature. Both are just really awesome. But no, you can follow me over on twitch.tv/Byrdman778 starting every single day starting at noon Eastern Standard Time. Giving a thumbs up on this video is an absolute help. I can't even express it to you enough. And also comment down below, what is a setup that you are trying yourself right now? Is there anything cool that I should be looking out for? Anything like that, just let me know. Again, follow me over on Twitter, twitter.com/Byrdman778 to get updates on the channel and to know whenever my code for G Fuel is 30% off. They have that Tiny Tina's flavor in right now. The collector box is still available and my code is 30% off. You absolutely need to snag this while you can. I have some of it coming my way as well, so I can attest it's definitely awesome and you really need to snag it. But again, that code is BYRD, BYRD at checkout. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Guys, hope you really enjoyed it. Again, just swing on by the channel whenever you can. But until then, hope you have a great night, day, or whatever it may be.